Hi, my name is Darlene. I started at Erie Fit Academy in January of this year. Since I've started, I have been down to, I dropped 9% body fat, and I am actually down 17 pounds since I've started, which even to this day, I can't believe that I am where I'm at in such a short amount of time. And I base that off of the commitment of the coaches here, the overall people that I'm in my classes with, and just everybody coming together and helping each other out. Also, just a very clean diet since I've started has definitely been a factor in where I'm at today as well, and I'm sticking with that. So I attribute that to my where I'm at today. So when I guess I would say that I started working out probably about 20 years ago with a friend of mine who was a trainer, and we started working out, and he got me going on to the gym, and I really kind of got this buzz about working out. And I did that for a couple years, and then I stopped. And I kind of slacked off. And I've been actually going up and down with my weight my whole life. When I was in elementary school, I came home one day and I handed my mom a note from the nurse's office saying that I was overweight. And my mom, I think she probably wanted to drive up there and tell the nurse, how dare you say that? Because my mom, everything was home cooked. There was no fast food, there was no processed. I'm a 70s baby, so it was like, how dare they say that about my child, and all that. They said that I was over my percentile, and I had to wear husky clothes. I had to find those husky jeans when I was a kid, because back then they didn't have what they have for kids today. But I never was obese, I just was too big for my weight. So all through my life, I was up and down roller coaster. I was a 9-pound, 4-ounce baby. So I guess I started out being a big girl. But anyways, so I struggled with that. In high school, I ran cross country. And so I did that for my 2 years, and then I decided to join the military. My dad asked me, what do you want to do after high school? And I didn't want to go to college. I really couldn't figure out a trade school, so the military was up at my high school and talking, so I joined the Navy. In 1990, I went in during Desert Storm, and I served 5 years in that. I did 2 ships, I did 5 trips overseas, and I saw a lot of different things. And I am proud to say that I am a veteran, and I'm proud to say that I served my country, and I will say that until the day I die. It was a profound experience. I learned a lot. I came from a very small town, so I met a lot of different people, and it really opened my eyes to the world. So when I graduated from boot camp, I was where I'm at today in my weight. When I left the military, I was not that. People asked me, you were never overweight. You look at you, you're not overweight. And I would say, you didn't know me 20 years ago when I was almost 180 pounds. And I still have pictures that I see of myself, and it was like, I can't believe I was that. So I slowly, gradually started, trying to lose weight, lay off the alcohol, which contributed to some of that. Bad choices in food, you name it, it was that. So once again, like 10 years later, I started working out with a friend of mine. It got me that buzz, stopped, and I would go off and on due to the fact of certain people in my life. I would go to the fact of to please them, whether it be relationships or just people in general, just so they would like me how I looked. And I thought, now I look at myself and I say, I can't believe I did that for other people. Why aren't you doing it for yourself? Why aren't you making yourself feel better, healthy? Why aren't you doing yourself for you and not for that person? And I would say that today I'm doing it for me, and it makes me feel so good to do it for myself, not for in a relationship or just in general, just to appease other people. And I think that's the most important thing for somebody, is to say you're doing it for yourself. And when you get up in the morning and say, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to work out for an hour because I'm doing it for me. I'm not doing it for, your friends or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband or your wife. You're doing it because it makes you feel so good what you accomplished in that hour, or what you accomplished in that week, or what you accomplished in those 2 months that you started. And I think for me, that's what's so important anymore, is that feeling of what I've accomplished. And I still have problems with how I look. I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, okay, I like my arms. I love my arms. I look in the mirror and I'm like, but you know what? I don't like this and this and this and this. I still see that person who was 20 pounds heavier, not the person who is today. So that's a problem I have to work with and continually work with to make me feel 100% good about myself. How I found out about training for warriors is through a friend of mine, Trish, who is my 5 o'clock workout buddy. And I've known her before I started working out here, and also on social media. And it kept on popping up on my Facebook feed. And then I had seen her post things on social media. So I reached out to her and I was texting her and I'm like, where is this place? And I looked online and she called me from her job and we talked for like an hour. And I was asking her all these questions about like the programs and the cost, obviously, and just like what has it impacted her. And so she was telling me all like what she's did so far, and just how everybody just comes together and what she experienced in such a positive way. So she was talking about they had a bring your friend workout day. So she said she would let me know when they would have one and I could come with her. And I was like, cool, So, because I just needed a change from my workout that I was doing at home. Just needed something. My body was just saying, you need change. So that's when I came, and Gio was training that morning, and I just loved it. It was just like, I had that bug. I was like, I really like this. This is really cool. It was such a change. I was getting out of my comfort zone, going to a gym versus me working out at home. What did I feel like when coming in to train at Training for Warriors, Erie? It was awesome because I was doing things that I can't do at home, and just like I left there and I was like, wow, all that energy, that I felt. It just from like everybody working together as a team, high fives, praising each other, and I was like, I don't even know these people. I just was here one day and it was like, this is awesome. Because I can't high five myself when I'm at home, at the gym, working out and, in my room. It's like, hey, So it was just that cool being able to like, I don't know you, but I'm going to go and say, great job. Yeah, that was awesome. And we help each other and you uplift each other up. So it just felt great. How is for training for warriors different than me training in the past? Well, I have gone to a couple gyms, and a couple of the gyms I've gone to, I'm just going to say it was a lot of slamming of weights and grunting and just showing offs and me feeling like about this big, like I don't belong here. And then I've done it at home to where I have my little mini gym and it's fun, but I'm just not like, I feel good, but I don't have, it's a whole different atmosphere because you're at home. You just go through, I felt like I was going through the motions after a while, like I knew I had to do it, but I really wasn't so much getting anything out of it anymore. And then when I come here every day and I get in my car and my shoulders hurt and my arms hurt, and I just have that, but I also have that adrenaline rush. That's what I love to feel, is that even though my body might be sore for that brief little bit, it's that feeling of, that was a great workout. I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings. How has training for Warriors changed my mindset? I would say for me, just my mindset on fitness, as far as working out, as far as food, as far as just open my eyes to just things outside of fitness too, of respect of other people, how people look at me, how I look at them, helping people too, just what I've learned here and trying to help people who I know want the help but don't know how to go about doing it, and trying to, what I've learned from these great, awesome coaches, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on camera, what I've learned and telling them what I've learned and giving it to them, and maybe they will take it with them and do something to help themselves. What I no longer fear and what has the training from the Warriors helped me. I don't fear failure because I know that I have support from the people that are in my classes, my coaches, people that I can reach out to. Yes, I get frustrated when I can't do certain things, and I'm just that way. I'm stubborn, I'm hard-headed, and I know that I can try again and again. But that's what I would say is learning to accept what I cannot change, learning to grow and broaden myself, and knowing that, hey, I just did a front squat, I just did a back squat. I couldn't did that last year, but I did it. Just the accomplishments that I have made. Every day I think, there are days where I just sit there and I shake my head and I just can't believe that I've done this stuff. I'm going to be 47, not that that's old, but I'm 40, and I look at that like, in my 30s, could I have done that? Probably not. A year ago, could I have done that? Probably not. So I just look at that and, what I have learned from being here and saying, okay, stop. You can do this. Set your mind to it. You can do this. You can push it through. And if you don't do it the first time, there's always a second, a third, a fourth, and I think that's great. I just have to tell myself to accept certain things that you can't change. The things I feared when I first started was, I do have some circulation issues and my legs, so I feared that I was going to, that was going to hinder me from being able to do certain things. And honestly, it's actually benefited me, and I don't have those issues anymore. And I remember when I came to the pre-classes, and I told DJ, I think it was, that was one of the issues that I had, was I would get numbness in my legs. I'd have to go home after work and put my feet up because my legs were swollen from being on my feet all day at work. And now it's if I do have this, it's very few and far between, because I attribute to what I've been doing here. I really do. I attribute to that. I attribute to what I'm putting in my body, the food that I'm eating now versus what I ate before. So I feel like, that was something that was in the back of my mind. And also I think just keeping up with other people and thinking, can I do what those, the first week or so I was intimidated So I was like, I'm seeing some of these people that are already there. And I'm like, am I going to be able to lift that weight? Am I going to be able to do, like I said, a deadlift? And I looked at that and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Am I going to hurt my back? I was psyching myself out for failure. And now looking back, I'm like, I can do those deadlifts. I can do a chin up now, my body weight, which I could not have done starting. Definitely the things that I was worried about has actually ceased and has made me better than where I was before I started. So how am I better as a result of training with Warriors? I would say that just more positive. I was just struggling a lot of negativity, whether it be work, personal life, and now I'm more of a positive person. I am more of an upbeat person. I feel better physically. I feel better mentally. Just from when I come in here, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week. And I actually miss the days that I'm not here when I'm not being able to come here. But I know I need like a day off to rest my body. So I would say that, just having that positive outlook, and then just the accomplishments that I made, and honestly hearing people say to me that don't come here, wow, look at you, and I take compliments, but then I also don't know how to sometimes respond, because I don't want them to come across, if I wear a tank top to work, it's because I want to wear a tank top to work. And they're like, I don't want them to think that I'm showing off in any way, because I'm not showing off, because I'm not like that. If anybody's known me in my life, they know that I'm probably the low self-esteem, less confident person than versus somebody who wants to look at me, I'm this tough girl, and I'm like squishy on the inside. So when I get those compliments from coworkers or friends and they're coming, oh, let me touch that. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say about that, but thank you, So I can't believe that once again, I hate repeating myself, but I can't believe that I am where I'm at today versus 3 months ago. Okay. And it's very I really can't. And
it's amazing.
It is. I mean, I initially, when I first did that diet, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this, and now it's like nothing. I don't even think about it. I just do it. I still follow my strict diet plan, and people look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, this is who I am. If somebody tells me to do something, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to stick through. And I think that's the discipline that I had from growing up and having strict parents to me being in the military, and having that discipline instilled in you being in the military, and you follow through until the end. And that's where I get that from. I used to do it all the time for relationships. I used to do it all the time for people that I was with, and even when I was in a relationship, it was never still good enough for that person.
Yeah.
So I did it, and I continually went down that destructive path. And I was like, I gotta stop. I gotta stop doing things for myself. And then that struggle to jump back on that train again and tell myself, okay, Darlene, you gotta get back feeling better. You gotta start working out. You gotta do that. And when I started doing back 3 years ago, and I just said, okay, I'm gonna do this, but it felt good. And then I hit that plateau. We all hit that plateau where you're just like, I'm not feeling it anymore. And that's where you guys start popping up, and Trish, and that's where it happened. I mean, it was like I had that foundation, so to speak. I just needed more of a push. But what keeps me coming back for training for Warriors is just the devotion of everybody that's here, the love of everybody that's here. It's like a one big happy family. of just people that, you know, I met a couple months ago. And gradually I'm still meeting more new people that are coming in here, and we all work together as a team, and that gratification of seeing people accomplish their goals, not you, but other people, and seeing that smile on their face saying, you know what, I just did that. I just did a chin up, or I just, you know, did a squat, a deadlift. And they couldn't have done that 2 weeks ago, but they did it. And just like myself, when I've accomplished the things that I have done since I started here, it's that whole feeling of those endorphins that just come in through your body. You're just like, wow, you know, this was awesome. This was amazing. And you have people coming up to you and they're high-fiving you, and you have those coaches that are pushing you and they're high-fiving you saying that was an awesome job. You know, you did great and look where you are now. And I believe, you know, that's something that you won't see at any other gyms. Any gyms, whether it be here or in other areas. You can go there, yeah, you can work out with your friends, but it's not that same feeling, that same support that you're gonna get when you come here on a daily basis. Whether you come here 5 days a week, 3 days a week, 6 days a week, whatever you want to come, that's that feeling, and it's definitely worth it. It has definitely changed my life, and it's definitely changed my life for the better. Because I didn't have a lot of people to talk to about my journey and my fitness, because they didn't quite understand where I was coming from. So being here has definitely made me feel like when I talk to people, they understand where I'm coming from, because they know what it's like, and they know what it's like to have your ups and downs and any other obstacles and your triumphs. So I think that's what makes me still coming back here, and it's good. It's a good thing. You know, I've been to Iron Oxygen, I've been to Fit You, you know, I've been to those places, and I'm not saying anything against the people, but it's a different kind of feeling. You don't have that same thing there that you're gonna have here. You really don't. Yeah, they have personal coaches or trainers there and stuff like that, but you're not gonna have that whole family-oriented community that you're gonna get here. What would I say to a person who is thinking about training for warriors? I would say, do it. Don't second guess it. Even though you might be scared, you're definitely going to not regret showing up, checking it out, because you will not leave. Yes, it might be something going in and out of your comfort zone. If you haven't been to a gym for a while, never been to a gym, but you want to better yourself, I would say come talk to the coaches first, check it out, see what it's all about. You will not regret it. We are a big family, a big community that is willing to do whatever we can to help anybody. Even if you're scared, even if you think that I can't do what that person is doing, I guarantee you in a month from now, you would not say that, because you will succeed in that goal that you have set in your mind. You will accomplish, even if it might be a small thing, it's a huge thing for you, you're going to crush it. So don't doubt yourself, don't overthink it, just do it, because you will not regret coming here and experience such a huge impact of your life. I can't stress it enough. It is a family. Even if we're not brothers and sisters by blood, we're just a family that pushes each other up when we are down. We congratulate people when they've accomplished things. Tragedy happens outside of the gym. And I experienced that, and I can't say enough how that made me feel, that people that I didn't even know
were there for me and supporting me, and that meant so much. So like I said, you will not regret coming here, and you won't leave.